Hello and welcome to the show today. Today is going to be a conversation about direct flights from Jamaica to Ghana. I'm going to be diving into how you can get a direct flight from Ghana to Jamaica, the other way around, from Ghana to Jamaica. Now, Jamaica has strong historical ties to West Africa, most notably Ghana and Nigeria. And history tells us that there are descendants of the transatlantic slave trade that came from West Africa, with large numbers of people coming from Ghana and Nigeria, ending up on that island and other Caribbean islands. Now, for centuries, there has been a disconnect between the people of Ghana and other African countries and the Caribbean. But, over the years, with travel, exposure, access to information, the reconnections are happening and people are seeking for connection with each other. Now, Ghana and Jamaica are visa-free between the two countries for traveling, but travel between them is very challenging because it requires transiting through other countries like the US, the UK, or parts of Europe, which makes for a long journey. A flight that should only take a few hours ends up taking people a full day or more with transfers and layovers. During the year of return, quite a number of people from Jamaica who came to Ghana, had made their complaints about how, difficult this trip was because it was so tiring to be traveling such a long journey. I remember going to the New Africa Nation conference put on by Fuse ODG when he and Shaka Bars were talking about finding ways to have direct flights from Ghana to Jamaica and vice versa. And back in 2018, actually, Guyana and Ghana signed an agreement to have direct flights between the two countries, but I'm not aware of any flights that actually happened that were direct flights between Guyana and Ghana. From what I've seen through research, it seems people still have to transit through Miami or New York, the UK, parts of Europe to get here. And some people from Guyana have said it's taken them 38 hours to get to Ghana. Now, today I have a special guest who's on the show today, Elizabeth Agboola, who is a British Nigerian, who's the founder of the travel company Nigerians Travel Too. She is the woman responsible for a recent trip that happened from Nigeria to Jamaica that was deemed as a historic journey. She told the media that it was a lifelong dream for her to do this. I won't go too much into detail about it because I would love for her to talk more in detail about this. So Elizabeth, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you see me? Because I can't see myself.
I don't see you at all.
Wow. I don't know what is going on here because my camera is on, but it shows the cross sign. So I might be pressing something. But either way, so we don't keep people, I'll just talk, I guess.
There should be a button for you to be able to turn the mic
on. Let me try. I mean, I've been playing with it as you've been talking, but I was really hoping you could see me. But should I be pressing green screen? No?
No, there should be,
No,
if you press a button that says camera and mic to see if it'll let you turn the camera on. While she's doing that, I want to say good morning to everyone who's joined. Have you been able to get it on?
No, I give up. Can I live from my phone? Do you know if it would work?
Yes, it'll work from your phone. So you can leave the studio and come back.
Okay, let's try that. If not, I'll just come back. That would be so
all right.
Leave studio.
All right, so she's going to log back in using her phone, and hopefully that will work to get the camera to get her on screen. Welcome those of you who have joined the live stream. I see Morris Sinclair, good morning. Sources TV, good morning. Nika Locks, good morning. And all the others who have joined the live stream. Later on, I'm also going to have Donnaray Roc join the conversation. She is quite a woman. She's an ambassador for tourism from Jamaica. She's in Ghana right now doing a documentary series. She'll be joining us soon as well.
This should be better.
All right, so I think, we see you now. Welcome, hi. Elizabeth. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm good. So I don't know if you heard when I was doing the introduction, talking about you being responsible for that historic flight. So let's talk about that first. There was news that, that there was a historic flight from Nigeria to Jamaica, and that was in December.
Yes.
And when I saw that, I was like, what? It's happening in Jamaica to Jamaica from Nigeria before it's happening from Ghana. Oh my goodness, what's going on? So, yeah, first of all, before you get into that, I want you to introduce yourself and talk a little bit about your background when it comes to travel, and then we can dive into how you got that going.
Okay. So a little bit about myself. As the story goes, I'm Elizabeth Agboola. I run a company called Nigerians Travel Too, and most recently, Jamaica as well. So I would give you pretty much about myself. I would say I'm a British Nigerian who's been fully transacting with Nigeria, fully operating rather from Nigeria in the last 3 years. My travel company is 5 years this year, by the way. So in the last 3 years, as the name goes, Nigerians Travel Too, it was a natural latch on for people to from Nigeria itself to actually pick on trips with us, even though the original intention was for Nigerians in the UK or Nigerians in the diaspora. It was never meant to be Nigerians in Nigeria because of visa barriers and all. So I figured if I can sort things like visa barriers out for people, it means people in Nigeria can join all of these trips I do. So I spent the last 3 years building relationships across various diplomatic missions in Nigeria just to allow me expand my geographic scope to cover more countries for trips. Ghana won't suffer this as much as Nigeria when it comes to visas because you guys have nearly all Asian countries are visa free to you guys. Even Jamaica is visa free to you guys. It's not for Nigeria. So I would say I'm just one hell of a person that loves to go into things that are difficult, and that's how I probably stumped into something as difficult as this, and I managed to do it.
That's good. That's really good. And so how had people responded to you once you started doing that?
In fairness, because I started it as a joke, I started it leisurely. So I learned on the job. And it goes with the same thing with my company. I started it leisurely, just trying to feature people traveling, feature my friends, feature my travel. And, I started getting the inquiries, oh, can I go here, can I go there? It's the same thing with this project. It started off at a diplomatic dinner where I met the Jamaican High Commissioner, and he said, and I would, as I said, I spent years expanding my scope in the diplomatic circle. So I must have said, well, it would have been nice to come to your country, but who has the time and energy to go find a UK visa or a US visa? And we laughed it off, and he said, maybe we could charter a flight. And we laughed it off again, like, yeah, right. So he said, you know what? I think I know someone that works in Arik. Let me call one of them and see what he says. The Arik guy said, we don't have a big craft that can do the long distance without stopping. Let me speak to my friend who owns Airpiece. So when I spoke to him, he was on board. He's a philanthropist. He's a Pan African man. He's a strong believer in in things like this. So it was very easy to convince him to allow us charter his craft. We agreed on terms, we agreed on cost, and it was now my job to do the marketing. The challenge I faced, obviously, like every other challenges, was the doubt because it's never happened before. Everyone was like, "Yeah, right." We had that whole, really, how are you gonna do it? We had a lot of that, and it's us saying, "Well, it would happen," and we got things like, "How would they know the way? Have they ever been there? How would the aircraft know where to park? How would we had gazillion questions.
Yeah.
So to clear one of the doubts, I flew down to Jamaica from London in October to do some coverage, to meet some hoteliers, to meet, the main stakeholders so people can get more reassurances. But still, it was still a whole battle convincing people to take on this unprecedented journey. Then we had the COVID, which also led to a lot of challenges as well, with people saying, "Oh, I don't want to catch COVID," and I had to do a lot of selling. Like, guys, Jamaica has done really well with controlling their country's COVID numbers. And also, they've created a safe haven for tourists called the Resilient Corridor. So, those were all the challenges pretty much in trying to get this, the last trip to happen.
Okay, so once it actually came together, did you find, like, how many people did you actually take on that first trip? Did you find a lot of people were responsive to it? Because I know here in Ghana, Ghanaians love Jamaicans. You know, like, I
Yeah,
know a lot of Ghanaians who can't wait to go to Jamaica. They really hope that they can get the chance. Did you find
yeah.
that in Nigeria people had that positive response?
They do. They have the positive response as well. I mean, Nigerians naturally, as you know, be it anywhere in the world, they love to travel. For us, we love experiences, we love new things. So Jamaica for us was, oh, it's a new destination. Oh, we have historic ties. They're an extension really of West Africa. So would feel at home. We will feel it will be familiar. We would know that we can find yam, plantain, spicy food without us having to pack our gari and cassava in our bags to travel. So so they had that great vibe and feeling. And also the fact that it's an exotic destination when it comes to the tourist areas. It's exotic. The waters are blue and picturesque, and we don't joke with our pictures in the travel industry in Nigeria. So a lot of people latched onto it based on that. But as I said, the COVID factor, the there was also that thing as well of doubt. So why would I pay this much for something that has never happened? What if we're the guinea pigs and we die on the road and the plane crashes? There was all of that going on. So those who took on the 132 people that took that flight, they literally are natural believers. That was the only way they could have been on that flight, because the most question, as I said, is how would Air Peace know the way to Jamaica?
Hmm. So, so Air Peace is the airline that you used to make the trip.
So Air Peace was the airline we chartered to make the trip. Yes,
And are they a major airline out of Nigeria? Do they do a
yes, they
a lot of
do. They
they do a lot
they
of
cover
trips outside of
they cover a
Africa?
lot of they cover a lot of local destinations within Nigeria, and they have the 777s, the Boeing, the big craft that can cover up to 24 hours non-stop journeys. So they cover Dubai, they have trips to Senegal, they have trips to South Africa. So they already have those established routes. And during the lockdown period, when all airports were locked down, Air Peace did repatriation flights to nothing less than 20 destinations. I'm talking Thailand, I'm talking Malaysia, I'm talking Israel, UK, Canada, nearly every country, because we don't have a national carrier in Nigeria. So they took on that role of repatriating citizens across the globe, really. China as well. They did a lot of long distance destination, and that gave me a lot of peace and confidence. Like, okay, you guys are already experts in crossing across to Asia. You're already experts in going to the going to Canada and all of them. It shouldn't be a big problem for you guys to go to Jamaica down the road. And as the story goes, they don't have to know the way. There's a system, there's an online system, and that is how they know the way technically.
Right.
So yeah, but I also think Airpeace has flights to Accra. I believe they have daily flights to Accra. So it's worth checking as well.
Okay. All right. So, for those of you who are just joining this live stream, I am having a conversation with Elizabeth Agboola. She is the woman who was responsible for this historic flight that left from Nigeria to Jamaica last year in December. And since then, it's been getting a lot of press. Jamaica welcoming a historic flight from Nigeria. The Minister of Tourism greeted you. Is that correct? When you arrived?
No, you mean the minister we flew with from Nigeria?
Okay, so you flew with a minister from Nigeria to
We
Jamaica.
flew with the Minister of Foreign Affairs, because this was
Ah,
not
okay.
exactly. So, as I said, I work directly with the diplomatic mission. So, part of what part of what we decided to do during the whole planning was last year was marked 50th year of diplomatic relations between Nigeria and Jamaica. So we used that same flight to actually celebrate that. So we had our minister from Nigeria, Minister Jeffrey Onyama, and since it was a festive period, it would make no sense for him to be away from his family. So he took on his wife, and he also had his one of his sons come along with him on that trip. He's a big believer, and yeah, they took on the trip and they were welcomed by their counterparts, Senator Kamina Johnson in Jamaica, as well as other ministers, the Minister of Transportation, the representative of the Minister of Tourism. He couldn't make it on that day, but the next day they had breakfast together along with other ministers. So he went on with us to represent the Foreign Office. So I pretty much shuttled with working with the Foreign Office and working with the Tourism Office for this project, literally.
Okay, all right. So I see in the comments here, Sources TV says that Airpeace comes to Ghana 2 times a day.
That's it then.
Yeah, yeah. So okay, so now so basically what you had to do was charter a flight to make this trip happen. Do you know the reason why, through your experience, the reason why commercial airlines haven't made a direct flight between countries like Nigeria and Ghana to Jamaica? Do you know what the reason for that is?
It's pretty much a demand supply thing because even when the heart is willing, the pocket has to be willing as well, right? And what I know for one is for the flights to be sustained, there has to be two sides of demand. And the demand
Okay,
from the Caribbean is still very low. The whole
okay,
Caribbean island, the demand is low. Down to Africa, there's not a lot of them that are still very open to it. So imagine an airline starting a scheduled flight. It's a case whereby they will get people from Nigeria, they will get people from Ghana, other parts of Africa. But if they don't have people coming from the other side to balance it, they run into a loss, they close down quickly.
right,
So it's actually an expensive mission to run as a schedule. The likes of the 5 hours journey, the immediate trips, that's fine. BA can fly to Nigeria with less than 50 people and they will be fine. But if BA was to fly from Jamaica to Nigeria without the quantity, it would be a problem. The other thing as well is for a direct flight to happen, um, there are all of these funny things about how foreign airlines. I mean, I know there's some exemptions for some airlines, but there's a thing about if the flight was to leave, say, Nigeria, for example, as a direct flight, it has to be a Nigerian craft, a Nigerian owned airline. So the fact
okay,
that we don't also have like the likes of our BAs or our Ethiopias or our own Kenyas, we don't have our local flyers. It means should Ethiopia have to do this trip to Jamaica, it picks up in Nigeria, it takes us to Ethiopia, which is back, and comes back to cross us over again. So
right,
if we don't have a local flyer in West Africa to do this, it would make no sense because if Ethiopia in the east has to come to the west to cross the west part of the Atlantic, then it's all going to make no financial sense. So it falls down to our airlines in West Africa rising up to say, we're ready for these schedules, we're ready to take on this risk and investing in the marketing and exposure because a good portion of Jamaicans, for example, they see Nigerians as scammers. A good portion of Nigerians see Jamaicans as rough people, as Jamaica is nowhere to go and smoke weed. Some have such perception. So it's that thing of the both countries actually investing in opening people's minds. Like, guys, we are more than this. The same way Nigeria should be saying, it should not be left to us private sector only to do it. So I know there's a lot of talks about South-South cooperation. There's a lot of tourism connection. There's a lot of all of those foreign office bilateral relationship going on, but it falls down to that. And also, I know Ghana has an air service agreement with Jamaica. So really, any airline in Jamaica should be ready to do this if they want to do it, because you
right.
guys already have it. Nigeria doesn't have it yet, but if an airline says today they want to do it, I don't see why they can't facilitate a Kuchie air service agreement. It's just that whole who is going to take on this risk, because I
That's
personally
it.
know how much was invested into marketing for this. And this second round we have as well. I know how much we're already spending into marketing of us educating people, informing people, showing the relationship, showing the linkages, saying, guys, we have this, they have that, they are our cousins, they are our brothers, they are our sisters. And the other way around, saying to them, guys, you need to come to Africa, you need to come to Nigeria, come trace your roots, come see your long lost cousins, come, it should be more of a more government. You see, for example, the year of the return that was done, it had a
Yes.
lot of people come from the America, from America and the UK and all. Something like that. I believe Nigeria and Ghana should work together and
Mhm.
actually dedicate it to the Caribbean island. Say to them, come for your heritage. And you should see them taking a journey of, say, 2 weeks between the port in Calabar, Badagry, and then taking them into Ghana. And if the likes of Benin can come in as well and Senegal can come in as well, it really has to come as a connection, a joint effort. But the question is, who's going to do it?
Yeah, yeah. I know that during 2019, the president of Ghana had President Nana Akufo-Addo went to 5 Caribbean islands, and the whole purpose was, because it was during the year of return, trying to find ways to also connect with the Caribbean. Jamaica was one of the islands that he had visited, and I think that that was like the first step,
Step.
as yeah, as to trying to, build that connection. And
Mm,
you're right. I think that there needs to be a collaborative effort through the countries with the marketing and with the promotion and with discussions about, like you said, being cousins, being brothers and sisters, having shared DNA and lineage. And there's a lot of similarities between, West African culture and some of Jamaican culture too.
totally.
Right now, Donnaray Roc is an ambassador for culture and tourism from Jamaica. She's in Ghana right now doing a documentary. She said she was going to try to join the live stream today, so hopefully she'll be able to join before we wrap up. But she has been working towards doing a documentary that is going to be informative and teach people in Jamaica about Ghana's culture, and seeing some of the similarities, and creating something that makes people not be afraid or not fall into stereotypes about what Africa is. So,
Mm-hmm.
so I think that that's a good first step. That's a good first step. And she's been endorsed by Ghana's Ministry of Tourism in doing that. So I think that that's a really, really a good thing that she's doing. So now let's talk about the trip to Ghana. I mean, from Ghana to Jamaica. You're going to be flying Air Peace again for that journey,
So,
correct?
yes, we're going to be chartering the craft again for that journey.
And so will you be picking people up in Nigeria, then stopping in Ghana, and then going, or are you just starting
So
off in
the journey will start in Nigeria because that's where their home is. And we will stop by in Ghana, pick people up, and we all head off to Jamaica. And the reverse would happen as well, whereby they would drop people off in Jamaica, from Jamaica to Ghana, then Nigeria, and we do the reverse to pick people up again.
Okay. So let me just go to a couple of comments here before I go back to you. So this person, Jamaica Little Bataloa, says, Elizabeth, you are my hero. I was in Lekki, Nigeria, and when they heard, they found out I was Jamaican, I was like a celebrity.
Amazing. Amazing.
And
I'm really glad.
then another comment here from Sources TV, Mr. Prez Akufo-Addo has put things in place from Ghana to Jamaica, but I do agree with Agboola. West Africa countries need to come together as one to promote such initiatives. Yes, definitely there needs to be a coming together. So with this flight, for somebody who wants to take the trip, when is the next flight?
So the next flight out of West Africa, we would say, since it's the two countries, is on the 30th of March to coincide with the Easter holidays. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to do the charters like every quarter till we get a feel of the market, of the demand. So that way we don't start on heads on too strong and we crash along the way. Because this is privately funded by myself and my company. So it's not a case whereby I'm getting anything special. Yes, I am getting marketing support from the Jamaica side of things. And I do believe along the way I will be able to get from the Ghana side and from the Nigeria side as well, especially when tourists from Jamaica and the whole of the Caribbean at a large start coming down to this side. So we're trying to do it on a quarterly basis till we can get our feet and have a feel around the demand time. So we're working on holiday period, which is why we've done Christmas, and now we're going to do Easter, and then we'll do the summer holiday, which is peak August, and we'll try again between October and December. After the next two, we'll know what we're doing pretty much. So March 30th, the flight would leave Nigeria, stop off in Ghana, pick our cousins, and we all head off to Jamaica to meet the other part of our cousins, the remaining parts of them. So we spend 11 days, that's 10 nights in Jamaica, and you come back on the 9th of April back to Ghana and Nigeria. So it would stop by in the person it picked last, pretty much.
Okay, so which city from Nigeria are you departing from?
Lagos. Lagos is the center of travel.
Okay, and then for Jamaica, you're going to Montego Bay, correct?
Montego Bay, yes.
Okay, all right. So before we get more into that, I'm going to bring Donnaray into the stream. Hello, Donnaray.
Hi, good morning, good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm doing good. Is this internet thing, man?
Yes, this internet can be really challenging. I know I started the live stream about 5 minutes late because I also had some connection issues. But we're in Ghana, so we're in West Africa, so we are dealing with these internet challenges sometimes.
Yes.
So Donnaray, I'm talking to Elizabeth Agboola, who is the woman who is responsible for chartering a flight. The flight chartered from Lagos to Jamaica in December, and now she's doing a flight that goes from Lagos to Accra and then Accra to Montego Bay, Jamaica. And the next flight is leaving on March the 30th. It's going to be running quarterly is the plan to have this going. Now, for you as a Jamaican who's in Ghana right now, what are your thoughts on this type of monumental journey that has been created? I mean, she did it herself. This is a chartered flight. It's not a commercial flight that's happening, and she's working towards building it to a point where this could become something that's a regular thing.
Yes, greetings, Elizabeth. How are you doing?
Hi, Donnaray.
Good. Congratulations for the work that you've been doing, and I'm happy
you so much.
that you started the journey in respect to our connection, of course, from Nigeria. It's very important that we have not only just Jamaicans or the Americans doing things, but of course you're in Nigeria and you're also doing, of course, marvelous work for us to connect. And I'm so happy and just like excited about this whole Ghana, Jamaica, are pretty much just Africa just going into Jamaica, because of course we have the whole entire North America, the whole entire Europe to say is always going into Jamaica every day, every minute, every hour. So now if we are doing Africa going into Jamaica, this is pretty much like, it's really a historical trend that's going to happen, so I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, this is a really wonderful thing.
Yes.
So once you arrive in Montego Bay, do you have anything that's planned for the people once they get there? Is there like an itinerary? Is there something that you think is important for the Africans arriving there to know?
Okay, so pretty much people have the options of the flights only. So you can literally just fly in just like you would normally buy your tickets, just buy it and then you sort your accommodation or anything you need to sort out. Or if you don't want any stress, just buy a complete package, which has it's pretty much a pack your bags. That's the only thing that package is not doing for you, because the package comes with an all-inclusive resort. Donnaray, you would know real hotels very well.
Yes,
They're,
you
they're,
know what?
they're good at what you do. And you can imagine that life whereby all you're doing is waking up to eat, drink, and then you have a couple of tours whereby you can check Jamaica the whole 11 days. Come on, you can't beat that anywhere. So the major things, however, that you would need before you go, um, is to ensure you do a travel authorization. I speak for Ghana because Ghana doesn't need any visa. So make sure
Right.
you do your travel authorization online. And it's very important wherever you're booking your accommodation has to be on the resilient corridor. So say you're going to stay in Kingston, you can't put Kingston on your form. So try to make sure you're not even staying in Kingston because it's not in the resilient corridor. Try to keep to the north coast, which will take you from Negril all the way down to Port Antonio. So make sure anywhere you're booking is in the resilient corridor. It's very important. If not, they would make you quarantine compulsorily the 14 days. The flight would have left. You'd be left in Jamaica.
So I'm happy that you touched on the topic, Ivy, in regards to what do they do when they go to Jamaica. Me as a Jamaican, um, in the ferment of the culture, I mean, of course, you have these beautiful resorts and you have everything else around Jamaica. But my thing is to have our people experience authentic Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and so that is where we will come in respect to packaging a beautiful itinerary where they would experience authentic Jamaica. When you go to the resorts, then yes, you experience some of Jamaica, but you're not experiencing nothing about Jamaica. So
Mm-hmm.
definitely, when Elizabeth will talk about the whole packaging and
Yes.
itinerary of
Yes.
authentic
So that
Jamaica.
is where your expertise would come in, where you can actually craft out this authentic traditional. I mean, I did like an authentic Rastafarian tour when I went in October, and it was really nice. I went to a Rastafarian home. I ate with them. I visited their farms, and I went to the rest on live TV. But yes, it was amazing.
Yes, it's when
So
we come to Ghana, sorry, when we come to Ghana, we want to experience authentic Ghana. And me as a brand Jamaica ambassador, it's always about, of course, selling our culture in an authentic way so people can really
yes.
experience Jamaica. So definitely, we're going to be definitely packaging something very nice and authentic for the people to really enjoy.
Authentic,
Yes,
amazing. And
yes,
the regular things that people based on Instagram, that's the other thing. People save up activities they want to do based on what they've seen on Instagram. So the regular bamboo rafting, things like that. What's that other thing? The Luminous Lagoon actually became very famous as well because people are like, oh, how does it turn blue?
right,
So it would be
yes,
nice to actually have people have like a whole list of other
right,
things they can do,
yes,
activities where they can buy it, and these guys will be open to. I tell you for fact, our Nigerian people, I've never done a group trip with Ghana, so I can't speak for Ghana's travel vibes. But Nigerians don't like to stay in the resorts as well. They love to do activities,
yes, yes,
anything.
yes,
Experience is very key for them.
yes,
So I would love
yes.
to believe that the people that travel in Ghana are going to be like that as well.
We have to
Because
do
they're not
that. Yes,
exactly.
yes, yes. We have to do that. We do some traditional Jamaican tours, like of course the Donzero Falls and all these falls, and then we do some
Yeah,
traditional tours too as well, where we actually embark them right into the culture, So we could definitely talk about that and get nice packaging going for the people that's going to Jamaica to
I
experience
see
the
I see a comment about someone saying we should go to the Maroon something to
maroon.
say quickly
Yes,
about
yes.
that.
That is where
When
Queen
I
and
went to Jamaica last year, I
yeah,
spoke to the tourist board about how I wanted to go to see the Maroon towns, how I wanted to cover the actual parts that had the whole history. And
yeah.
I speak to you, and Twiwa, I speak to you, so you hear this. Even in Jamaica, they are not actually doing as much with regards to the emphasis. So when I tried to say I wanted to go, you would hear things like, "Oh, the roads are not too good, the you have to seek permits, or it's expensive to all the discouragements came through that I couldn't actually put this in an actual package.
I must not be getting the information from the right people because that's we are doing tours right now in a compound town. We
Uh-huh.
have yeah. So I'm not sure where you get that information from, but yes, of course, some of Jamaica roads are not properly structured, especially going up
Okay.
in hills. But definitely, we're having right now regular tours to the Maroon Town.
To the Maroon Town.
Yeah,
Perfect. We'll definitely speak more about that.
yeah,
Something else that Jamaica has, which this would interest on the Nigerian side. There's a town called Abeokuta in Jamaica.
yes.
Abeokuta is the capital of a state in Nigeria. And I went there in October and was really interesting when I heard the story about they were not slaves, they were indentured workers that came on 300 years after. I would have loved to sell that to people like, guys, let's go there on tours. But I saw how much I struggled to get there. The roads, so the other thing is I feel like the part that hold those historic connections to us in Africa, in West Africa especially, it's not highly maintained or highly developed for on that side. I know this would eventually get better by the time they see more of us coming. It's been the case of you would not expect the British folks or their neighboring American folks to want to go to Abeokuta. It means nothing to them. It means something to us. The same way the Akopong would mean something to us, but not to them. So
Absolutely right.
of us still working together to find ways to make this more accessible for our people when they start coming down to that side.
Yes, yes,
I
yes,
would
yes,
have
yes.
to
There's
say
there's
that
many there's many traditionals and locations and sites and yeah, that thing just
continue.
passed for a second. Yes, yes, yes. But they said it's going to be an amazing trip in March. March is also a spring season that is all highly tourism driven in Jamaica. Of course, people from all over the world travel, and we have particular events that also line up in that season too as well, which is going to be a phenomenal package, tour package too as well for them, coming in, for Ghanaians to come into Jamaica to have a beautiful experience.
Amazing.
Yes.
Donnaray, I want to ask you, what is like the one thing that when someone comes to Jamaica for the first time that you think they need to do when it's their first visit going to Jamaica? Coming from Ghana, let's say, or from Nigeria, they've never set foot in Jamaica. What should they do first?
All right, so I'm doing it my way, right? I leave New York City. I land in Montego Bay. Boom! As I come off the plane, I'm getting some roast breadfruit and some coconut water and some mango, and I just immediately flush the system and get ready for the food. You have to eat the food as you land, and then the beach, the water immediately. And after the beach and the food, you're good to go.
Okay.
That's one of the things you have to do when you go to Jamaica first. You try to
Okay. And we have a comment here that someone says Milk Duns River, that's Duns River Falls. I've been there before.
yeah, down to River Falls. So we have particular areas where we have many falls. For instance, Ocherius. Ocho is 8. So we have 8 rivers in Ocherius. And of course, we have other beautiful falls all across the island. We have, lagoons, of course, so and beautiful different seas and so much different things to explore on the island. Jamaica is not only just about the beaches and the falls and all that stuff. It's a healing place. When you go to Jamaica, we take you to heal. We take you to the fire water and the Milk River bath and all those things for you to also heal. So yes, you're enjoying while you're healing. And trust me, by the time you leave Jamaica, the food is so authentic and so natural and organic. You would experience all of that all in one. It's all a healthy lifestyle. So what we do, we put together a package that you definitely will feel so much different in your body. Healing Jamaica is important. Thank you.
Great,
Happy
great.
birthday.
Someone happy birthday to you here. So this is a really great conversation. I'm just really loving how we're able to have this connectivity happening here because it's so important. And what you've started, Elizabeth, really is kickstarting something that I really believe will be huge over the next few years. It takes one step, the first step, and then it's just going to start to go and snowball. And then next thing you know, people will start saving for the trip. Because me, when I was living in Canada, I would always know people growing up and even, throughout adulthood, they'd be saving money for their trip. They're like, oh, we're going to Italy next year. Oh, we're going to Miami. We're going to this place. So people save up for these trips. So once people get to know that there's this quarterly trip to Jamaica, Ghanaians will start putting money aside, Nigerians put money aside and save for these journeys, and then
Mhm.
hopefully it'll become such a big demand that it'll go vice versa as well, with Jamaicans and other Caribbeans deciding to make the trip to West African countries as well.
We
Yes, yes.
hope.
You know that Jamaica won the world most visited country last year award in
Yes.
tourism. So we're booming in tourism.
Mhm.
Of course, most of it is coming from Europe, of course, and
Yeah.
North America. You know, so definitely, if we have Africa tapping into the culture, Africans would understand more about how we're really seeing people and what we eat, what they don't eat, and some similarities in respect to what is here, what I know is here now. Like for instance, the jackfruit. Elizabeth, you know about jackfruit?
Jackfruit, the fruit. Yes, yes.
So I realized I had a jackfruit the other day. One of my Rasta brethren gave me the jackfruit, and I was like, yeah, man, this nice
In
and
in Ghana.
yeah, but in Ghana, I'm asking Ghanaians, you know jackfruit? They was like, no, we don't know jackfruit. I said, well, how you guys don't know jackfruit and it's here in Ghana? And it's a
Yeah.
beautiful fruit. And we eat this in Jamaica like regular. So I'm like,
Yes.
they still it's in here, but they still don't know about it. It's a crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. Even the ackee. The ackee is our national
Yeah.
dish. And it's
Yeah.
Yes, and it's from the Ghana roots.
yeah. So those things I'm like, yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like that is here that we eat, they don't eat.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
also the other thing as well, in Jamaica, light-skinned people are called red Igbos. And so I was speaking to my tour lady over there, and I said to her, "Do you actually know what that means?" She was like, "No." I said, "Igbo is a tribe in Nigeria, and it's the lighter skin tribe. So definitely, when these folks came many years ago, they started just calling them based on that. So everybody that is light skinned, they just ready go, ready go. So I mean, you would know this better than me. And it's that thing of, what, are you for real? So it's those things that they don't know, and they're like, oh, we need more education in Africa. We
Yeah,
need but we're the ones that would have to make it happen.
yeah, man, we are gonna definitely make it happen, man. It's your sister. We are gonna definitely make it happen. It's gonna be a marvelous experience for us to see Africans just swarming into Jamaica like the Europeans. I would love to see that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
We'll get there eventually. I mean, I'm sure
Yes.
by the time it becomes a scared flight, the prices would be more affordable. But it needs to be a
Yeah.
scared flight before we can get
Right.
any level of stability. Because even at that, I mean, I'm still counting my losses right now from the last one. For me, it was a case of I need it done more than I need to make. It was not a business transaction at all. It was a passion, and it was a huge. I mean, I shouldn't even say a live stream about, oh, it was a huge loss. But
I,
when you
I
have a
saw
whole
you.
craft and you have 150 people, if you do the maths, then you would know that I'm eating cassava right now.
I saw you at Dr. Cave. I saw you at Dr. Cave in Montego Bay. That is Bottom Road. So Dr. Cave is a hip strip in Montego Bay. And of course, we have tourism areas all across Jamaica. These areas are delegated straight just only for tourism for most part in
Yes,
Jamaica. Yes. So
yeah, yeah.
Montego Bay is the first city that is highly driven in tourism. We are number one in tourism in Montego Bay. Then you have Ocheris and you have Negril. And of course, Kingston is more of the corporate business
It
city.
is, yeah.
Yeah.
Then
But it's
maybe for shopping, because that was one challenge folks had. They wanted a place where they could just shop and drop, but they didn't actually get a lot of that in Jamaica. So they just said Kingston has a few stores. The mentality is Jamaica is close to the US, so I can just stroll in and find a mall where I can shop American Eagle, Adidas. A lot of them had that mentality. So them Old Navy, pretty much outlets from the US. So that was one shock, like, oh, we're really thinking we could change our wardrobes on this trip.
yeah. I mean, honestly, in Jamaica, we have a lot of what do you call it, like tourist material type of stuff. Jamaica flags, Jamaica this, Jamaica that. But in Jamaica, a lot of Jamaicans shop in America and Europe and so forth, or whatever. So it's not like you come to Africa, you have traditional African dresses where in Jamaica we don't have a traditional Jamaican dress where we're all wearing. It's like, oh, you in coming to Ghana, you see women in African print all over. In Jamaica, it's not really that.
Mm-hmm.
Just wear a lot of foreign clothes. Foreign clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So
it's kind
there's a
of different when
comment,
it comes to the fashion, but Jamaicans have a unique.
a unique sense of style, that's for sure.
That's
Right?
there. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
we have a comment here from Morris Sinclair talking about trade and business opportunities. I do think that once this regular flight starts happening, people will have their eyes open to business opportunities in going to Jamaica. Elizabeth, did you find that in your last trip there were any people who saw things that they thought would be an opportunity to start business between Nigeria and
So
Jamaica?
So when I went in October, I already started because the charter has cargo facilities. So I started scouting for potential people on the side of Jamaica, for example, that would need things sent into Nigeria. So I had gone into various stores, supermarkets. I'd just been like poking my eyes all around the street, like what are things that can thrive in this side of the world. So when I went last month, I then connected with the chambers of commerce, small business owners, all of these people, just to let them know these opportunities are available. You can actually have some things. I mean, we don't have major rums in Nigeria. In Nigeria, for I don't know about Ghana, but we don't have major rums. Sangster, what's it called? Rum something, rum. All of those. We only have Campari and Bacardi. So I know rum will thrive. The Blue Mountain coffee is amazing with proper marketing.
Oh,
People
I
can
love the Blue Mountain coffee.
Yeah, it's the best in the world.
that would thrive. And there's something else I noticed. We have so Jamaicans have sorrel, right? We have zobo. It's made from the same hibiscus plant.
Yes, and we call it,
But
we call it soul.
there is a way to make theirs that it's so light, it's so versatile. I mean, I drank sorrel beer. I'm like, really? So I can have zobo beer? And
Yes.
then a couple of days at the end of my trip, I saw sorrel and sugarcane. I was like, I would get high on supply of this if I had it in Nigeria. And then we have all of these sweet things. Jamaicans, I don't know what is wrong with you guys' teeth. You guys love sweet things. The greater cake, I would eat that every day. So
Right?
there are a lot of food,
Yes.
the
And
spices, the jet
rum cake, rum cake.
Sorry?
Rum
Rum
cake.
Rum cake, look at that. Spice bun. All I know food. Yes. So I know the likes of food, the likes of alcohol, cocktails. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
You know, the moment cocktails get readily available in stores, I such things are gonna do well. And on the side of West Africa, the things like they say peanuts, we say granuts. So so the likes of granuts right now is coming in from North Africa, I believe, into Jamaica.
Right.
That should come from us. It should
Yes.
come from us at
Right.
peanut price. You get what I mean? So when you
Right.
think of things like that, like even the resources, eventually we're hoping to get petrol corporation across the both countries. I know Jamaica can't use the petrol, the fuel in Nigeria in on this side, but they can actually process it and sell. You know, there's so many opportunities. There's a guy, there's some people that do building things. And Jamaicans are known for exotic colors of paint for their houses. So many things, even services. I met someone who has excellent what's that thing called? Social media skills. And I thought to myself, I have people that would hire you at a heartbeat in Nigeria, and the person is in Jamaica. Do you get what I mean? And the same way in Nigeria, I connected my brand manager to somebody. So it's really a thing of we need to do a whole lot more and rub minds.
That we have to do. Yes, but so many that we already have in place too as well that we haven't really touched on. Of course, the trading is one of the things, and the products, and of course, those are the things that we also currently in place working on getting products here in Ghana too as well. And of course, so we are definitely going to have a lot of packaging to talk about in respect to the culture, the trade, and the business, and the vacation and the experience with everything. So we have a lot of work to talk about, Elizabeth. Don't worry.
Absolutely.
In Ghana, we say, don't worry. And in Jamaica, we say, Jamaica, no problem.
Ah.
Don't
So
worry.
Yes.
here Elizabeth,
and in Nigeria, we say no wahala.
there's a comment here saying, Elizabeth, I read the article 2 times. It's a moment, education, freedom, and spiritual. Elizabeth, you're going to be all right. The three of you are a force to be reckoned with. I'm so proud of you all. Thank you so much for that comment.
Thank you.
And we have another comment here from Nika Locks. Other islanders south of Jamaica could get on that Nigerian-bound plane once they know it's landing in the region. Nice, nice.
Yes, we actually had people who asked, I mean Nigerians, who had asked us if they could board the flight on the 28th. So the flight that took people back to Nigeria on the 28th, we had someone from St. Kitts and someone from Grenada and someone from Haiti. Three of them actually flew into Jamaica to board that flight on the 28th one way down to Nigeria.
Wow.
Nice. Wow, that's great. That's really, really great. So now let's talk about the way people can reach you in order to book this flight. Like, how can people get on this flight?
Okay. Oh, we're back. So we have a website called nijamaica.com. As I said, when we created this, the whole idea was to put together the fusion between Niger, which is Nigeria, and Jamaica. So we got that Nijamaica come up. And actually, it was coined by myself and the Jamaican High Commissioner. So the Ni has a hyphen. So there's a Ni hyphen Jamaica.
Hyphen.
Yes, between the Ni and the Jamaica. That's the website where you can make the bookings. If not, you can go on Nijamaica on Instagram or Nigerians Travel Too, or even my personal self, Elizabeth TEA Agboola, and I would pass you through to the right channels to make sure you can get booked onto this. Mentioning the Nijamaica, Niger. So as I said, we call Nigeria Niger in broken English. When you combine Gan and Jamaica together, you can also get an interesting word. I'll leave you guys to be the ones to form that. So if you have a Gan and a Ja, what do you get?
Ganja.
There you go. So when you play it out, when you look at every African country, because I did play with this, the only two countries that could form such interesting words, either Jamaica or Gan Jamaica, are the two closest relatives. So either ways, even in combination of names, we're still relatives.
Yes.
Okay, so they can go to the website nijamaica.com, which I put on the screen right now.
Yes.
Or you have your Instagram.
That's it. You got it.
The Instagram page if they want to follow you there and send you a message to get some more information. Your travel company is Nigerians Travel Too, and that's the Instagram handle there on the screen. And so from the first information that I saw, I have it scrolling on the bottom of the screen for those who want to read it. These prices are in US dollars. So for somebody, this is the price leaving from Ghana, right?
That price scrolling is with the accommodation and about 2 tours and the airport transfer. Yes.
Okay.
So if you wanted to do like some extra tours, as Donnaray had mentioned, then you would just factor that as an additional cost should you want to do more things whilst in Jamaica.
Okay, so that is the cost for the trip that includes the tours but you can also book and accommodation, but you would also book just the plane ticket, which is less, and do your own thing. Figure out your own way, figure out where you're staying on your own.
No, this package comes with the flight as well. It's not, okay.
This one comes with the flight. What's scrolling on the screen is 10 nights in Jamaica from March. You go from March 30th to April 9th. It has a total cost per person if you're going as two, and the single occupancy, which is $37.55 for single occupancy.
Do you have the flights to roll?
And that includes your flight. That includes your accommodations, and you said tours and all meals. There is a different package that is flight only, correct?
Yes.
So anybody who wants flight only, the price is different than what was showing on the screen. It is slightly less for flight only, correct?
It is less because it has just flight only.
All right. So anybody who wants more information, go to the website niajamaica.com to get more information. Follow her on Instagram, ni.jamaica, for the Instagram page to get more information. And they even have the flyers with the information on the travel on that Instagram handle. When you go to the page, you'll get more information on that. Now, this is a trip in March. The date is quite close. Some people may not be able to afford this right now. Are you already planning the next trip? And are people able to make payment options in order to be able to secure a spot on the next flight? Is that something you've thought about yet?
The next trip, as I said, is going to be in August, but I would not want to roll out bookings till after this. So bookings will be available from March. So when we're pretty much ready to go, then we'll release the bookings portal for that. So we're not actually caught up with double marketing. So that way we concentrate on what we've got at the moment, because that's the resources we've got. So people that are interested in August, just hold on, wait for us, no problem. Sign up on the website. There's a form that says sign up to show your interest. So the moment it comes up in March, you would get your notification to ask you to book and all of that.
Okay, perfect. So we have here, Jamaica Likoba Talawa has had a few comments throughout the show and said, Ivy, I had to sleep and wake up early. It's in Canada, it's 6 a.m. Thank you so much for waking up early to catch this live stream. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. And then I want to thank Michael Odum, who said, good job, Ivy. Thank you so much for your super chat there for this conversation. Gabriel Ama, thanks for tuning in. Love it. Thank you so much. Laughing there. I know he was laughing at the comments when I said the ganja. Kofi here asks, the prices are round trip, right? Yes, this is a round trip, right? To go. Another comment here, Baby Bond, what has the Ghana government put in place to protect their civilians from yardie gangs? Jamaica's murder rate is 8 times the global average. Even Jamaicans are scared of going back home.
Hold on.
I believe that the issue with violence is more in Kingston, from what I've read. But Donnaray, you may want to address this because you may have more knowledge about this.
All right. So yes, we definitely, Jamaica has of course a rate of violence high in Jamaica, but the good thing about Jamaica is that we invest in tourism. We don't play with our tourism. Tourism is protected, not 100%. So normally when tourists go to Jamaica, Jamaicans love tourists. The Jamaicans would never harm a tourist. Yes. So back again. So now, in respect to that question, Jamaica Tourist Board and Jamaica Tourism, we protect our tourists. This is all we feed on and live on is tourism. So you don't have to worry about violence in Jamaica. Yes, there is violence in Jamaica, and there's violence everywhere in the world. But it's not like that. You don't have to worry about going to Jamaica and being harmed and all this other stuff. It's an information that is out there, and it's a stigma that is out there. But like me, I live in America for how many years, and I always go to Jamaica and never feel any kind of thing. But one thing I could promise you, that Jamaica invests in protecting our tourism is very important for us. And as you can see, it's the world #1 visited country. So that is never an issue for tourism coming to Jamaica. So don't have to worry about that.
Yes. Okay. And then we have a question here from Morris. Is a one-way price an option with the flight?
It's not exactly an option because it's a charter. So when you do a one-way, it means your flight is literally empty coming back and there's no one to take it on. But it's something that can be discussed, but it's not something that's an official thing that we're putting out for people.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I want to thank everybody who's been here on this live stream today, having this discussion about traveling from Nigeria and Ghana directly to Jamaica. It is something that a lot of people have been hoping for a long time. It is historical what you are doing, Elizabeth. What you have done
Thank
is
you.
really what you've done is really started something that people have been talking about, and you've put it into action, and it's now going to become a trend. And I wouldn't be surprised if the bigger airlines, their eyes are now open, like, oh my goodness, somebody's actually charting a flight and there's going to be people interested. They're going to be keeping an eye on you, I'm sure, to see what happens with this.
And use me to do their market research.
Yes, they're going to use you to do their market research, definitely. But I think what you're doing is
I'll be ready for them.
You're proving them wrong, because what you said in the beginning was that they talked about a demand issue as to why the commercial airlines are not doing this type of flight. But once you get started, because everybody had to start somewhere. At some point when airlines started, there weren't people rushing to go to different places. But as time progressed, people gradually started booking flights and things became regular. And it all comes from promotion, the promotion and promotion and promotion of country, of a brand of a country. And Jamaica's done very good with that, I have to say. Donnaray, Jamaica, as she said, that they invest very much in their tourism. And,
Yes.
so many people who dream of going to Jamaica. Jamaica is such a small island, and their population of the whole island is like, less than the city of Accra, of Greater Accra. However, they have this huge global impact. Like, it's phenomenal what the global impact is through culture, through music, through food, through style. Jamaica has done it. They really have done a great job of that. And you're a perfect person to be an ambassador for Jamaica, Donnaray.
Yes, thank you. Yes, absolutely. Yes, so we cannot wait for us to really get together. Of course, the Africans, Jamaicans to really get together, and we already started it. And I'm happy that the journey is getting a lot more extended. So we're happy, looking forward to Ghana, Jamaica, Niger, Jamaica, and of course more African countries.
Jamaica, Ghana, Jamaica.
Jamaica. Yes.
All right. So we've been on here it's been just over an hour. I don't want to keep you on for too much longer. It's been a great conversation. I'm going to let you both, give final thoughts, as well as how people can reach you. And someone says, love what you're doing. I'm waiting for a trip from Canada to Ghana. Oh, there's a trip from Canada to Ghana, but unfortunately, yes, there's no direct flight from Canada to Ghana. That you have to go through Europe or go through the UK or go through the US. Yeah, so right now.
Come to Jamaica to get it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because that is something else that this connection has done. So we actually had couples who we actually connected through this. We had people with their husbands in Nigeria still waiting on their visas to the US. They flew to Jamaica and their spouses flew to Jamaica, and they met. We had wedding renewals. So we had a lady who had gotten married, 2 years ago. The paper is not through for her husband. Her family's never met her husband. So she flew in 15 of them to Jamaica. He flew by himself and the families met. So it's actually beyond this. It's a connection of going to the Americas without going to the United States of America.
Right.
So even South America, we got an inquiry from Venezuela. The lady said, I would like my boyfriend to meet me in Jamaica. We're like, Venezuela? Okay. But they never finished up with the booking. But, when you get such inquiries, you're like, okay. So it was beyond connecting just us. And we also had a group who came from the US, Nigerians in the US, 32 of them. I met one of the organizers when I went in October, and I just said to them, why not do a trip down to Jamaica this time? A lot of us will be here. And they actually came down. So it could be a case whereby Ghanaians in the diaspora can make their meetup hub in the Caribbean in the long run.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. This comment here from Sources TV says, Ivy, try and link Donna to the Ministry of Tourism to link rep us people of Jamaica and Ghana. Well, actually, Donnaray is endorsed by the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture, doing a documentary around Ghana. Can you just speak really briefly on what you're doing in Ghana right now, Donnaray?
Yes, so my project is about the identity of Ghana. I am putting together a 12-episode series that is in respect to the culture here in Ghana, the music, the food, the culture, and the tourism areas. So we created a whole package so you could actually see what Ghana, the culture is really about. Brand Ghana, promoting Ghana into the diaspora. So that's really what it's called, the Renaissance Journey, and it is a rock factor. Where of course we're creating a collective also of different sites and hotels, transportation, and you will see who these people are in respect to of course, the project. So you could check out the website, rockfactory.com, and it's rocfactory.com. And of course, you could check me on Instagram, Donnaray Roc, to check out behind the scenes and what's been happening in the journey thus far in Ghana. Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. So thank you so much for sharing that. So I just put it on the screen. Her website is rockfactory.com to get more information. You can follow Donnaray on Instagram at Donnaray Roc. As she said, what she's doing right now is the Renaissance Journey, which you just follow her and she posts little tidbits and behind the scenes things of what she's working on right now as she travels through Ghana and, creates content that is, essentially connecting Ghana with Jamaica and letting people learn more about Ghana's culture. And at the same time, bringing her Jamaican awesomeness so that people can learn about Jamaica too at the same time. So it is really great what she's doing, and it's just the beginning of something that's just going to be long lasting and continues to connect us. Rosemary Turner says, I was born in Jamaica and would love to come back for a visit. Is there a package leaving from Canada to Jamaica? Not that I know of. Elizabeth, yours is strictly coming from West Africa to Jamaica, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this focuses on.
So it's the both. So it's West Africa into Jamaica, and also the Caribbean as a large coming into West Africa, making Ghana or Jamaica their portal. So it's really so the person said where? Canada to Ghana, was that what they said?
To Jamaica.
I was born in Jamaica and would love to. Yes, there is, not from Canada. Is there a package leaving from Canada? Well, I don't know about from Canada, but from Jamaica.
There are flights from Canada to Jamaica already that exist. I mean, I flew from Toronto to Jamaica when I went. There's lots of options from Canada. Yeah. So
yes, options. But if anyone needs any type of
Donnaray, you were going to say something. If anybody needs.
Yes, I was saying if anyone needs any information about where to go in Jamaica as far as like tours, and of course we also provide tours in Jamaica. It's called Rock Tours. So if you want to, of course, go to Jamaica and fly, but we could also take care of you in Jamaica too as well, to take you to experience the authenticness of Jamaica. So if you just fly anywhere else in the world and you want to just visit Jamaica and visit particular areas and on traditional tourism sites, we could also help you to sort it out too as well.
Okay, great.
And Donnaray, I know we're leaving soon. As the ambassador for between Ghana and Jamaica, is it just bridging for Ghanaians to go to Jamaica, or is it both ways? Like, would you be the person to be the one to make people see that, oh, you should be coming to Ghana, I'm right here? That's your main that's one of your purposes, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. My thing is to bring Jamaica here into Ghana, or not even just Jamaicans, sorry, the diaspora.
The Caribbean, yes.
Yeah. Caribbean, and of course, as a Jamaican, Jamaicans really want to know more about Africa because they don't really know a lot about Ghana, and actually why I'm here doing the project too as well, in respect to have them understand more about the culture here in Ghana, and that it's really a nice place to be, and lots of opportunities is here. And it's a beautiful place, so that is what this project is really be, while we're also developing the tourism sector in respect to more tourism here into Ghana, driving them in from place. Yes.
Fab. So we'll definitely speak then.
Yeah,
More.
Yes, you should stay connected for sure, for
yes,
sure.
absolutely. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes. So I want to thank you, ladies, for taking time out on a Saturday morning to come and chat about this topic of getting direct flights from Nigeria, Ghana to Jamaica. And, the connection is starting this connection is really, really important. And I think that the two of you women are doing amazing things when it comes to creating a pathway for people to get connected and to understand each other when it comes to culture in West Africa and culture in Jamaica. I think it's so important that we better understand each other and grow the love for each other's food, culture, music, heritage. Like there's just so much that we can do together and collaborate together. So I'm going to allow you both to have some final thoughts before signing off. So Donnaray, I will start off with you. Any final thoughts that you want to share with the audience?
My God, my internet.
Oh, your
Yes, my
internet?
internet. Oh my God, it's horrible. Sorry. So yes, come to Jamaica. Jamaica, no problem. Come to Ghana. Don't worry. The culture, the food, of course, it's richness. Of course, coming together is we cannot wait for our sisters and brothers to both bridge the gap, so we can definitely show the connection to who we are. History, yes. So thank you for coming. Thank you for visiting us. Rockfactory.com. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. And Elizabeth, any final thoughts from you and people
Well,
who
final thoughts. Well, this project depends on everybody to make it happen. If you guys don't book your flights, if you guys don't sign up and come on board, then there will be no direct flights to Jamaica. There will be no direct flights to Jamaica and back and forth. We need Jamaicans to book their flights. We need the people in the wider Caribbean to book their flights and come down to motherland. And we need us on this side. Let's go see our cousins over there. Let's go down. So that's pretty much it. It's us that can make this work. I'm only a young entrepreneur and I'm not being funded by some major airlines. So the moment we are not supporting this, it's going to go to where it shouldn't be, because you can't be in debt to be running a business, you see. So it's important we all work together to make this work. I see some comments, someone must have commented on Instagram from Ghana saying, why would I pay the person wrote it in tweet. I had to ask one of my friends to interpret. And the person wrote, why would I pay this amount to go and smoke weed in Ghana, in Jamaica? I found that comment very silly, because
very offensive.
like, why would you think that's what you're off to do in a whole country? Are you crazy?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh God.
And trust me, if it's that, the weed is worth the $3,000. If it's that.
We pay more money. We pay a lot of money to come to Africa, so we don't look at money. We look at
Both
the value.
ways. Both ways is expensive. I mean, if you can pay that amount to go to the US, to go to the UK, so
Yes.
why should you look down on where it has more purpose, more connection for you? Why look down on it? Because what? It's not Eiffel Towers,
Right.
It's those mentality that needs to change.
Yeah.
Definitely needs to change. Definitely needs to change. Well, thank you, ladies, so much for being here today. Donnaray was a surprise guest because we were originally scheduled to talk only to Elizabeth, but Donnaray got added, and I think it was perfect having Donnaray in this conversation to add that element of Jamaican, the Jamaican story, the authenticity, and being able to provide information that, as a tourism ambassador, cultural ambassador, she was able to do that. So thank you so much for taking the time, both of you ladies. Thank you everyone who tuned in. This video will remain on my YouTube channel, and you can watch it again. For those who weren't able to get up on time, you can watch it from the beginning. It'll be on YouTube. So if you have any comments, put your comments in the comments, and I'll do my best to address it after the live. And as stated earlier, I'm going to put on the screen one more time. You can get in touch with Donnaray Roc. Her Instagram is Donnaray Roc, to follow her and follow her Renaissance journey. And the website is rockfactory.com to get more information on what she's doing and on, culture tours in Jamaica when you decide to make the trip. And then Elizabeth, Instagram is nai.jamaica to follow her and get information about the trip. And the website is nai and then -jamaica.com to get more information on booking this flight. So thank you so much,
Or at
ladies.
Nigerian travel too would be easier if they can't find any of those easily.
Yes. So thank you, everyone. And we're going to end the broadcast now. Have yourself a fabulous Saturday. Ladies, don't go yet. I will chat with you offline. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for everyone who tuned in today. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to like, to share this video, and also to subscribe for future videos on my channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Mwah.